Hi all, welcome back to more Enemy Action Ardennes, playing the Allied solo. This is my take 2, and this is the 17th part 8. I've just done part 6 and 7 the other day. Finally watched back part 6 just last night, so I've just uploaded that. So I've not watched back part 7 yet. And I think part 7 was pretty much halfway through this German impulse, wasn't it? Yeah, and I remember they took out one of my tanks, didn't they? They took out one of the 7th Armoured units. Yeah, it's not been going very well, this, I don't think. Anyway, I haven't watched back part 7, but I watched back part 6. A couple of comments to make. It was all good, I think, although I panicked for a while. Yeah, part 6 at the 31 minute 26. I've got these in the header of the videos, so yeah, it's when we activated the pink guys. This guy moved across the river and he should have left a detachment there, but however this unit then moved down there, so I left a comment about that. So no harm done there. And the other one was, it was this unit here. Remember, this was in here and this was in here, and we had an allied unit in there. And at first when I looked at this guy, I thought I couldn't move him, and then watching him back in the video, I thought if he goes out and in, like 1, 2, breaking zone of control, remember there's an allied unit there, 1, 2, 3 back into there, he's one hex closer to his army objective, and I thought, oh, I've made a mess of this. However, that allied unit was surrounded, and if I had done that, he would not have been surrounded. So I got away with it. Now that unit's obviously been taken out as well, isn't it? I got away with it, which was lucky, because that would have been, I think I would have had to just let it go. I mean, turned out to be a decent result for the Germans, so I don't quite mind so much when that happens. However, it would have been a mistake. However, we got away with it because he would have been breaking the 9.21 whatever. 9.21B or something like that. Yeah, it was 9.21B. Do not move a unit. If doing so will cause a currently surrounded allied unit to become no longer surrounded. Okay, so that's only 2 things I picked up. Haven't had any comments saying that anything else has happened. But like I say, you won't have seen part 7 yet. That was part 6. I'll viewed back. Okay, so right, I want to say that this all made an attack. We've had a bit of advance after combat as well. Then was he in? He was in that hex there, wasn't he? Yeah, they've obviously advanced on an extra hex as well, haven't they? Is there an arrow into that hex? No, there wasn't. Closer to his army objective. It is from there, yeah. So I think they must have done a 2 hex advance. He's done a 1 hex advance, and the Piper unit's not moved then. Oh, well, you know what? We done the attack. The allied unit was in that hex. I remember it there because I couldn't get in there, remember it. So he was in there. So these have clearly all attacked. And these 2 must have advanced to... or could they have been there? No, they couldn't have been there. They couldn't have been there. No, that's fine. Right, so we've considered these for an attack. Well, they've made an attack and they've... So, and we're still got the rest of the force to check, I think. Well, to be honest, there could be a check on these 2 or a check on this 1. Yeah, we're just going to be attacking this, aren't we? Well, what unit's next though? That's unit 6, isn't it? 15, 16. Well, no, hang on. This is a 3. So, yeah, that's a 3. Where's the 2? The 2's over there. And the 1's there. So the 3 would be next. So we are going to check this. I'm pretty sure this is going to go ahead. So they're all going to get involved as well. Well, you do need to know the numbers, Grant. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can work it out together in case I make a mistake. So 5, 6, 7, 10. And then another 5 is 15, and then another 9 is 19. 19 to 3. However, he's got an IP, so 19 to 4. Hang on until I get that bit. 19 to 3. No rivers involved, is there? No. 19 to 3. He's got an IP though, so 19 to 4. And he's an adjacent to a supplied allied unit, so that's 19 to 5. So it is 19 to 5, so it isn't quite 4 to 1. It's just missing out on 4 to 1. So, yeah, but you know what? We've got elites in the... Yeah, it's going to go ahead, isn't it? So 19 to 4... Oh, I'm counting that wrong, aren't I? No, you're right. 19 to 5 it was, Grant. So it is only 3 to 1. It's 3 to 1, but attacker includes elites and defender has no elite units. Correct. This guy on top's elite. So they're going to get a -1. There's no support card. They're going to get a -1 in the roll. However, so if I roll a 10, which is cancel of less than 4 to 1, that's the only thing that I could roll to stop them. However, they're getting a -1 anyway. Now, you should probably still roll the dice, Grant. Is there not? No, there's nothing else there. Attacking from 1 hex, or only defender elite, or... Oh, you know what? I'll just roll the dice anyway, just to keep myself right, I think. So there's a -1 to this, and the odds are 3 to 1. I think this is probably silly, but we'll just do it anyway. Right, 1. 1. So it's 0 or less. Attack proceeds, do not cancel. Right, okay. And then, yeah, so that's going to happen. So let's get everybody else in the battle. So that's 19. I'm going to put this guy down the bottom now, I think. So 19 to 3. And this is a bracketed unit underneath. Remember that one, Grant. Don't count him for a chip pool. And there's no 4-steppers on anything. So 19 to 3 as 6 to 1, isn't it? 3 6s are 18. Yeah, so odds are 6 to 1, so it's not overwhelming. 6 to 1. Alright, hang on a minute. They come in as reserves, didn't they? No, but they couldn't have come in there as reserves. They must have advanced to hit. And you know what? I'm just going to have a quick look just to make sure. I'm just looking back here because there's still another reserve unit, isn't there? We couldn't bring that one into that battle because there was no place to put it. Yeah, so just checking back, right enough. The Piper unit failed to advance. It would have been checked first. We rolled a 10 and it needed a 1 to 7 to go into there because it was only getting closer to its army objective. This unit failed to advance as well. All these 3 advanced. These 2 double advanced into that hex. This one advanced but couldn't double advance because that's the only hex it could move into. Couldn't it not have... No, because there's no path of retreat. That's it. Yeah, there's no path of retreat. Right, okay. That's fine. And they did come from the reserves. There was no space to fit that other unit that's here. However, there might be a space for that now. In fact, there's 3 units in there, 3 in there, but there's only 2 in there, and that can trace reserve supplies, so I'm pretty sure that's going to come in and go in there. Okay, so what did I say? 19 to 3, 6 to 1. Right, so it's not overwhelming. Where are we? Combat. It's not overwhelming, so we're going to draw a combat tactic. There's no support card. Draw a combat tactic first. We get the 58 core primary card, which is probably quite good to get out of the way. Reinforced battle. Right. Reinforced battle, and if they return this card to the draw pile. Right, great. Now I'll have to leave it there just now. Let's just hope I remember to shuffle it back in. So can they reinforce the battle? I don't think so. I'm just looking at that unit that's here. He hasn't moved, but I don't think he's got he's not going to have the movement, is he? Because it's like 4 to go break zone of control into the woods, and yeah, he can't. He can't. They've got to be either adjacent or from the same army. It's just the other units from the army that are in play are the red ones up there, aren't they? And they're not getting down either. No. And these are all involved in the attack. So I don't think that reinforced battle is going to do anything. It still gets shuffled in, eh? Reinforced battle, and if they return this card to the draw pile. Yeah. Well, I'll not see that. Where does it tell you about that, actually? It tells you that about that somewhere, doesn't it? Hang on a sec. I'm trying to hunt and find this, but it just gets shuffled into the draw pile, doesn't it? After we've used it. It's the same as our one. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but yeah, playing cards in your hand. Hang on. Cards, core cards, discarding cards. I know it's in here, but I'm determined to try and find this. Well, pause the camera, Grant. That's annoying me. I can't find it, but I'm probably just trying to rush and get on with it. But it's going to shuffle in, right? There's nothing to reinforce the battle, so it's going to be an extra chip pool and then it's going to shuffle in. Okay? Right. So going back to what step we were at. So there's no support card to check for another combat tactic. However, add active German reserves to the combat by placing them in valid hexes adjacent to the target hex, 12.21. There's only one, and I want to say there's only one space, because he can't go there, he can't go there, he can't go there. That's full, that's full, that is available. So this is going to come and join in by going in there. Adds another 2 to the attack, so that's 21 to 3, which turns it into 71 actually, doesn't it? Bang on. Okay. And then we would now get the chance to play a combat tactic, which we can actually do. Well, how many chip pools are they getting as well? So remember, one of these units is bracketed. There's no 4-step unit, so it's 3, 6, 9, less the one bracketed one. So it's 8, plus 1 for elites is 9, plus 1 for the reinforced battle is 10. So it's 10 chip pools. Jesus. 71 odds. He's got an IP. Looking at my 3 cards left, I have reinforced battle. Ooh. Which he could do. Again, that's on the 12 core card, which you're planning on wanting to use. Core artillery, which isn't going to get shuffled in. Tank battalion. Oh, I don't know here. I mean, because I could. Sorry, I'm maybe not showing you what. I mean, tank battalion adds 1 strength, so it'd be 21 to 4. So it's going to be drop the odds to 5 to 1. And we'd have armor. Remember, this is a green unit as well. However, reinforced battle, we could reinforce with one of these 2 units, I think. Yeah, either or. So that would take it up to 6 strength. 21 to 6. There's only 3 to 1 odds. But it means using this card. It means using the card that. But I just said, I'm pretty sure I watched back Well, no, I haven't watched that bit back yet, actually. No. But I think after remembering the fight where I talked about what's more important, because I could have reinforced the battle up there, couldn't I? Could I reinforce it with the cavalry unit, I think? I didn't work out what the outcome would be, which was a bit of a shame. I think I should have worked that one out. But I was reluctant to use it because it's this card, and my next impulse is going to be to take Ettelbruck, which is 2 victory points. And admittedly, they're going to stroll into there. I don't. But hold on, Grant. You could do an any-one unit move. You could use that for reinforced battle. You could use a core artillery card for an any-one unit move. Well, either one of them for an any-one unit move, and just move him into there. You can still do that next impulse. I mean, I suppose what I was talking about doing was moving these guys strategically along into here somewhere as well, wasn't I? I don't know. It did look like it would have been more beneficial. I get the feeling that armored unit would have survived if we'd reinforced with the cavalry unit. I might be wrong. Or was it one of these units I was able to reinforce with? No, I don't think it was. Yeah, because there was some units in here, wasn't there? Aye. So, I mean, cutting the odds from 7-1 to 3-1 is pretty decent. I don't know though. I mean, are these units not just sort of speed bumps, really? That armoured unit was maybe not just a speed bump, to be honest, but this guy is. Why do I want to put these elite units into the mix there? I really want to be bringing them back to help, to stop this going forward. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to keep my 12 core card and do what I said I was going to do. Yeah. Let's hope that's right. I don't know. Okay, so we're not going to intervene at all with any combat tactics then. Well, what about the tank battalion? I mean, you want the 12 core card. What are you going to do with the 5th? Oh, yeah, I know what I'm going to do with the 5th core cards. Deploy these two. And remember, these are 2 elites as well. Oh no, they're not. One's elite, one's regular. But this unit's green. I mean, just let this guy go. Problem is, once they advance into there, these guys are going to be surrounded. Although can probably still trace supply. And it's more than likely there's not going to be a path of retreat, so they won't be able to advance into this hex, I don't think, or this one. Yeah, so I want the 5th core card. Well, what about the 8 core card? Because I could play tank battalion. No, it's not. No, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Okay. Right, so I'm not going to do anything else. What I'm going to do, while I remember, is just... Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll remember it. I'm just going to shuffle that card in just now, but I'll remember. Right, so 10 chits. I've not got great space to do it. I'll put them down here somewhere. So 71, 10 chats. I mean, the guy, he's a green infantry unit. He's in a broken hex. He does have an IP. So, right, I'll get the first one anyway. Right, I'm on my way down here. No artillery was played. We could have played artillery. Got a D-1, but I still think it's better getting these units out rather than that. Right, 1 down, 9 to go. 1.5 to 1, yeah, that applies. 2 to 1 applies as well. Both of these would have applied if I'd played them. Remember, we were only going to reduce the odds to 3 to 1, wasn't it? Was it 3 to 1? 21 to 3? No, 21 to 6. Yeah, it would have been 3 to 1, so these would still be applying right now anyway. Well, there's some hits, City Forest, I think, on the front. This is a really good one. It's a D-2, City/Forest. Woods, but it's a broken hex. So we've got 3 hits on them, but then they've got 3 hits on us. And remember, they get the unfulfilled hits, but you never know if we get a couple of them at D-1, maybe. Right, that's the first blue chip we're drawing for a while. So there's a lot of all these chips are now going to get shuffled back in before I draw the next chip. It's been a while since we've I was just thinking that. I was thinking it's been a while since I've drawn a blue chip. So 4 down, right, still 6 to go, so give me a sec. Yeah, 2 to 1 applies. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get out of this hitting the Germans at all, probably. Yeah, defender elite, defender green. Actually, if we had, because the priority is obviously defender elite, isn't it? So if we had reinforced the battle with that guy, that would have applied rather than that. Which would have been interesting. That would have been A4. However, it's not Grant, so. No air power played, right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 to go. That one doesn't apply. It's Town Forest Woods on that side and City on the other side. So it's neither of them. Well, it's none of them. It's broken, isn't it? Let's check. Yeah, it's broken. Okay, 2 to go. Artillery again. No. I just turned that other one over just to see what it was from the defender point of view. Yeah, but yeah, okay. It's just 1 to go, isn't it? Yeah, we're not getting out of this alive. I think if we've got a D-1, maybe. City Town is not. Oh, broken D-1. I think we're maybe just outside though, aren't we? 4, 8, that is 10 chits. The odds were 7 to 1, which didn't do anything. So, yeah, what did I say? The reinforced battle would have changed. This one would have been an A1 and not a D1. Right, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got D4. And A3. Okay, D4. Well, he's got an IP. So that goes down to 3. Yeah. No. Is 4 not enough? No, actually, he does survive with that, doesn't he? So that removes his IP. And then he's got to go retreat into here. That takes. That's down to 2. And then he's got to go. Well, I can take hits on him, but I'm going to retreat him into Elsenborn, I think. He's then going to be dispersed, which kind of has a little effect, doesn't it? I don't think I can retreat him into the forest because the road's not going in there. I can't retreat him into there. I can't retreat him into there. Well, I've not got a choice then. It's got to go into Elsenborn. So he's going to retreat into there, satisfying that hit, and then he's dispersed, and then for the last one, he can take a step loss. He's not green anymore. Look at that. And become dispersed. Which does, it's about, what is it, if this hex gets attacked or something like that, you can only retreat 1 hex or something. Let's see, you know where the combat was. And that satisfies the last hit. Is that right? It was 4 we had, 1 for the IP, retreat, no step losses in the retreats, and then 1 step loss. That's 4 hits taken, and he's dispersed. Yeah. Okay. So he is still alive. Well, actually, yeah, the Germans are going to take 3 hits. Ooh. I'll tell you what, if we had played. then you would have still retreated. No, well, no, because that would have been an A1, wouldn't it? No, it wasn't that one. Sorry, defender green. Yeah, because the defender would have an elite unit, and that would have been an R A hat, unless a D hat. So he wouldn't have even taken a step was. That would have been a really good result, wouldn't it? But it would have meant using that card. But we would have both retreated back into that hex. Mind you, he would become dispersed as well. And there would be no step losses. The other unit would still be intact. And we would now be dishing out A4. We would dishing out 4 hits to the Germans. I think. Right, okay, so we've got A3 still to deal with. Right, let me get the chits out of the way. Right, we can take these away. And now, while I still remember, I'm going to shuffle this back in to the German draw pile. That's fine. I mean, that's what happens to it. I just can't find it in the book. And I'm just knowing the zone. I would normally go and probably have the PDF up and go and search for, I don't know, maybe shuffle. That might find it. Right. Okay. So that's shuffled up. That card's back in. Okay. So we've got 3 hits to the Germans. I think the first one. Right. Let's find that bit. I've not done that for a little bit. Find step losses. Assigning hits to German attackers. The first hit incurred by German units attacking in combat is assigned as a step loss. So, and then how's it? The number of hits incurred by Germans is reduced if all allied units defending this hits remain unfulfilled. Well, there wasn't. So, applying German step losses, apply a German step loss to a 4-step unit. That's a priority. None of them are 4-step units. If no 4-step unit, then to a 2 or 3-step unit. There's no 3-step units either, but there's plenty 2-step units. So within that priority, if there's more than one choice in any of the above, apply the loss to unit in the hex with the most total steps, then to unit with the highest selector number. Right. Well, this has only got 5 steps in it. I think this is one with the bracketed, right? So this one's only got 5 steps. I want to say these are both 6 steps. And the highest number, that's 16 in there. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a ham. And this will be 6 steps too. Right, the highest number in there is 10. So it's going to be 16 that's going to take the hit down the bottom there. So, and then remember that it has to be done evenly, so we can't take another hit from that stack until we've taken a hit from that stack and that stack. But they might just going to be dispersing anyway, maybe. Right, that's the first hit. So the second hit, if the attacker now consists of just 1 step, place a dispersion. Well, that's not the case. Otherwise, roll the die. Yeah. So equal to less than the hold value, or of the hex under attack, or equal to less than the number of steps in attacking units at the moment of the roll. Right, so the moment of the roll is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 2, 4, another 5. That's 16. Well, yeah, it's going to be less than that. That's a 0. Right, what am I? If the die roll is equal to or less than the number of steps, assign the second hit as a step loss. Yeah, because they've got that much there, they're not going to. This is, well, I say this is pretty good for me. They still have quite a lot of cards left. So, yeah, so if I roll the dice here and got a 10, it's still going to be less than the amount of steps that they've got, isn't it? Less than the number of steps. Sorry, hang on. Equal to or less than the hold value of the hex under attack. Well, that's 0, so no. But, or equal to or less than the number of steps. at the moment of the roll, assign the second hit as a step loss. Yeah, so it's another step loss. No point in rolling the dice. So it can't be from there, and it can't be from there because they've only got 5 steps. So it's going to be selector number 10, isn't it? That's a weak guy as well. So, well, actually, I'll leave the infantry down the bottom. So he takes a hit. That's reduced the steps down to 13. So, I mean, it's still got loads of steps. Well, I think it's 13. Right, that satisfies the second hit. Now, for the third hit, if not yet dispersed, well, they're not. If the attacker now consists of just 1 step, disperse. Otherwise, roll the die and apply the result as for the second hit. Alright, so they're going to roll again. And how many steps have they got? They've got 5, 10, 15, have they not? Yeah, must have been 16. So they've got 15. So if I roll a die, yeah, they're going to take a step loss. So this time it has to be from there. Well, pretty sure it does. Yeah, 12.61 on page 47. Assign step losses evenly. If you're assigning more than 1 step loss to units in a given combat, no unit may be assigned the second step loss until all participating units have been assigned 1 step loss. But furthermore, when assigning step losses to units that attack from multiple hexes, units in a given hex may not be assigned the second step loss until 1 step loss has been assigned to every hex containing attacking units. So we've got a step loss out of this hex, we've got a step loss out of this hex, so the step loss has to come from this hex. Yeah, he's not going to eliminate that guy, so he's going to take the unit 14 and knock him over. Right. So that's all our steps. Step losses assigned. So they took the 3 hits. That's good because it's still a strong force, and they're wanting to move on, and they're now going to get advanced after combat as well. So fair enough. Okay. Right. So advance after combat. Send an order. Got selector number 3 here. That is a secondary arrow. So I think that's an auto, isn't it? Primary or secondary with no unit advance. That's going to be an advance automatically. Now there is a path of retreat though. Oh, jings, right, okay. So he's advanced once into there. Now the path of retreat was into there and then into there, wasn't there? So he can't go from there to there because that's deviating, and he'd be going from zone of control to zone of control. He can go from there to there though, because although it's zone of control to zone of control, he's not deviating. So that's a secondary arrow as well. Now, let me just, because he's moving into a surrounded situation here. Right, German advance restrictions. Units with bracket combat strength do not advance after combat. No, there was no reinforce. Assault coordination. Mechanised unit advancing a second X will deviate from path of retreat to follow the primary or secondary route if able. Otherwise, check for the unit advance along the path of retreat. Did I read that before? Mechanised unit advancing a second hex. So it will deviate to follow the primary or secondary route if able. Otherwise, check for unit advance along the path. Well, no, I don't think I've missed that before. But he can't deviate here and go along his primary route, because it's going from zone of control to zone of control. He can continue on the path of retreat though. I'm just wondering, he's going to be... well, yeah, I think I seem to remember this before, and although it seems strange, I think he's still going to advance, I think. Will not advance out a VP or West Hall hex, if doing so would result in allied supply being traceable to the vacated hex. However, it does 9.21... is 9.21 considered here? Yes. These restrictions apply to every hex of German movement and advance after combat. And also reinforced battle. Now we know that. So he's not starting adjacent to VP hex or anything like that nonsense. No. Do not move a unit if doing so will cause a currently surrounded allied unit to become no longer surrounded. Well, with him moving into advancing into there, these two units have become surrounded. But if he moves into there, these two units are still surrounded, so he's not breaking that restriction. Do not move a unit at a town site or westwall hex leading the hex vacant. If doing so, yeah, that's the one we already read. Do not move if doing so would create a condition in which ally supply is traceable. Yeah, I seem to remember scratching my head a little bit about this and wondering about he's moving into a surrounded situation. But there's nothing to stop this from happening. So I believe he's going to second hex advance automatically into there. And he is following the path of retreat, so that's fine. Right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to stick with that. What we got? 11, and these are two bracketed. That's 9. 13, 15, he's bracketed. Right, 9 is this infantry unit, is next. He's going to auto advance. These infantries are not going to follow that up. Did we not have a 10, or was that 10? Yeah, it was. So this is 11 next. That's not his arrows, though. That's other route, isn't it? It's not getting close to his army objective. Right, I need to go a way forward again. To advance after combat. Right, enable supply. No, because this guy is still able to trace supply through his, as long as he's got friends there. So yeah, this is another route, I think. Because it's not closer to his army objective. It's going back the way. So it's other routes. So that's a no. So none of these are going to have... Well, I think the other two were bracketed anyway, weren't they? So that's them done. 11. So we've got 13 and 15 here. The other one's bracketed. That's a secondary arrow. For 13, unit already advanced. I'm just going to roll this off camera. Secondary arrow, it would normally be an auto advance, but one already advanced. So it's a 1 to 6 he'll advance. I've rolled an 8. Right, the one underneath, was it selector number 14 or 15 or something? A 1 to 6. That's a 2, right, so he's not advancing. 15 it was. So he is advancing. Put the stronger unit up top. I don't know why I just like doing it that way. So he got checked. The other one underneath's bracketed. Well, actually, he can't go in now anyway. Even though he's got the chance of 2 hex advance, he can't go into there because there's already 2 units advanced. So that means it's a no. That's that then, isn't it? That's that. Yeah. Right, that's everything. Well, there's that one unit last. Well, he's not going to. He would be now checked for an attack, but that's 4 against 5 plus 1. Yeah, it's less than 1 to 1. So he's not going to do anything. That's all. That's all that, isn't it? And he can't bounce back to reserves. Where are we here? Conduct attacks. Right, I'm not on the 18th yet. No, we're still on the 17th. Conduct attacks. Remove eligible units back to reserves. Yeah, well, he's sitting on his own, so he can't. Police IPs, that's the 20th. Remove disperse. Right, that's it done. Right, I'll tidy them up. That's their impulse over. There's no support card, so there's no second impulse for them. I don't know how all that went. I mean, they're still a strong force there, aren't they? But then again, I'm going to deploy these 2 units, and maybe we can do something about them. We already took 3 steps away there. I mean, these guys here is a different story. Yeah? They've kind of split away from the pack and causing havoc, haven't they? Right, let me straighten everybody up. Right, that's everybody back to normal. Yeah, so it's my impulse. So I'm only at 40 minutes here. As usual, running out of time though. But can't I just have my impulse and let's just do this? I mean, just do it now, or you're going to lose this possibly anyway. So I don't think there's other things I really need to rush and do. And I know the guys have broke through. They are now Twapons, like a bit vulnerable. Verviers, these guys can. I think about going up there, but no detachments should have been left anywhere. You know what? I'm looking at that hex there and wondering if there maybe should have been a detachment there. Maybe not, but maybe. Well, when I watch back part 7, I might see that. And I can fix it, take note of it. Right, let us... or do I want to wait and come back to this? Yeah, it's a bit of a short part though, Grant. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm playing this to activate all units in the core, and they're all down here. There's this armoured unit, there's a 4th Division infantry units there, and that one there. And that's it, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose the one thing I might have been thinking about was I was talking about possibly retreating this guy, but remember, he'd have to go 1, 2, 3. That's as far as he's going to get to Konsdorf, and then are they not just going to surround him there anyway? I mean, it's pretty tough for these other units to get across this river. I'm sort of feeling like I should just leave this guy here. He's got a better chance there, I think. Because this can't move from there to there. You know? Yeah, I mean, and they can't fix this bridge. Well, that's not relevant anyway, though, is it, Grant? And this guy, he can't go from there to there and then across there. He can't do that either. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to leave him there. So I'm going to activate 12 core. I'm going to move this guy 1, 2 into Ettelbruck, and I'm going to move these 2 infantry units with strategic movement, or whatever it's called. Now they get to move 3 times their movement, so they can move up to 9 movement as long as they stay on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's where I thought I was going to leave them. They can't get down into R1 anyway. Yeah, and I can't move one of them into the R, which is just what I was sort of thinking about there, because strategically I can't end. Remember, he didn't move it strategically. Yeah, I think I'll just keep them together then. So move them both with strategic movement down into the R. 7, like I say, I could go 8, 9, but no, because they're 1, 2, 3 away from this, and there's no threat. I mean, even this guy who's sitting in Bastone anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not even threatening adjacent to R1, so there's nothing. Yeah, so I think I'll move there and there. This guy's in a town anyway. He's not going to build an IP. But I think we'll just leave him, because the best I'm going to do is get him into Konsdorf, and then he's in a clear hex, and then these guys are just going to come across the river. So his better's kept there. And I don't feel like I need more there. You know, I want these back here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's my impulse over. And no new cards to draw. So we've only got these two cards left. Well, this is going to deploy the 2 5th core units, and I'm not sure what that's going to do, to be honest. Right, yeah, I'm a bit short for time now though, so I will just cut that there. 45 minutes. Not an awful lot happened, I know, but because I'm leaving gaps, I suppose it's tough to keep up with everything and whatever. You know, things aren't going along as quick as they used to be, but I will get along when I can. I'm still enjoying it. Yeah, I don't feel like we're doing very well, but because we lost Bastogne, we lost that armoured unit there. This was interesting what happened up there, but I don't know if it's... I still don't think we're like... I mean, it sort of makes you wonder about activating the 5th core and trying to do something there, but I don't know. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Okay, I'll leave it for now. I'm not sure when I'll be back, but I'll be back when I'm back. Okay, cheers.